The smart money is watching WKC.
Right now WKC sits around a $30 million market cap. Quiet. Early. Still under the radar. But imagine this. If WKC grows to $1.5 billion in market cap, that is a 50 times move. Not 2 times. Not 5 times. 50 times. The question is not hype. The question is simple. Is that kind of growth possible? And what would need to happen for it to become real? Most investors misunderstand market cap. They look at price. They look at charts. But they forget positioning. At $30 million, WKC is not saturated. It is not overcrowded. It is not fully discovered. Now think about a project that is already sitting at $5 billion. For that project to double, billions of dollars must flow into it. That is heavy movement. That is slow movement. But for a project at $30 million to grow to $300 million, it does not need global domination. It needs attention. It needs momentum. It needs visibility. That is how early-stage projects move. The lower the market cap, the larger the potential percentage growth. Let us make this personal. Imagine someone invests $1,000 at a $30 million market cap. If WKC eventually reaches $1.5 billion, that $1,000 becomes $50,000. $5,000 becomes $250,000. This is not a promise. This is simple mathematics. But mathematics matters in crypto. Because timing combined with position size creates life-changing outcomes. Now let us talk about something even more important than numbers. Leadership. In crypto, inactive founders destroy confidence. Active founders build ecosystems. When a founder shows up consistently, communicates clearly, shares updates, pushes development, and interacts with the community, that builds trust. Trust creates long-term holders. Long-term holders create stability. Stability creates stronger foundations for growth. Momentum does not come from silence. It comes from presence. When leadership is visible, believers stay calm during dips. And strong hands are necessary for any project that wants to grow from millions to billions. Now think about community. Communities move markets. A bullish community spreads awareness. They defend the project during fear. They create conversations. They bring in new holders. The biggest explosive projects in crypto history were not powered by fundamentals alone. They were powered by conviction. Conviction spreads. Exposure increases. More holders enter. Market cap expands. A strong community is not just noise. It is fuel. Now consider supply. If supply keeps increasing, growth becomes harder. But when a project reduces supply over time, that introduces scarcity. Scarcity creates pressure. And pressure combined with demand creates expansion. You do not need worldwide dominance. You need decreasing supply. Growing attention. Steady adoption. That combination creates powerful setups. Growth also requires purpose. Hype can start momentum. But utility sustains it. When a project expands its use cases, integrates into platforms, develops real ecosystem functions, and builds partnerships, it extends its lifespan. Projects that evolve survive market cycles. Projects that survive cycles compound. And compounding is where 50-time stories are born. Let us also talk about exchange listings. Listings matter. Larger exchanges bring liquidity. Liquidity brings accessibility. Accessibility brings new buyers. Every time a project becomes easier to buy, the potential audience expands. Visibility and accessibility together can change everything for a low market cap project. Now zoom out and think about market cycles. When the overall crypto market turns bullish, money flows in waves. It moves into established coins first, then into mid-cap projects, then into low-cap projects. Low-cap projects often experience the most aggressive percentage growth during strong bullish cycles. Why? Because investors search for higher upside. They look for opportunity gaps. At $30 million, the distance to $1.5 billion is massive. That gap represents potential. And potential attracts capital when sentiment is strong. Now let us be realistic. Low market cap projects carry higher risk. Volatility can be intense. Liquidity can shift. Market conditions can change quickly. Nothing is guaranteed. But investing has always been about risk and reward. Higher risk can bring higher reward. Lower risk usually brings lower reward. The key is informed conviction. Not blind emotion. Not hype. Research and belief backed by understanding. So what would need to happen for WKC to reach $1.5 billion? Continued active leadership. Expanding community strength. Strong marketing momentum. Strategic exchange listings. Growing utility. Positive overall market conditions. And sustained holder growth. That is not fantasy. That is a pathway. The real question is not whether $1.5 billion is possible. The real question is whether consistent building and momentum can close the gap from millions to billions. Imagine two investors. One waits until WKC reaches $800 million in market cap. It feels safer. It feels proven. But much of the explosive upside is already gone. The other position's at $30 million. It feels early. It feels uncertain. But the upside potential is dramatically larger. Both may profit. But only one position before validation. Right now WKC is much closer to zero than it is to 1 billion. That is not weakness. That is room. Room to grow. Room to expand. Room to surprise the market. Every billion-dollar project once looked small. It once looked uncertain. It once looked overlooked. And then suddenly, it was not. So here is the final thought. If WKC ever reaches $1.5 billion in market cap, will you remember when it was sitting at 30 million? Think about that. And ask yourself, are you watching history early? Or will you be watching it after everyone else already noticed? If this breakdown gave you a new perspective, make sure you like this video. Subscribe to the channel. And share this with someone who needs to see it early. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe WKC has the potential to grow from millions to billions? Or do you think the market will move somewhere else this cycle? Your opinion matters. This community grows stronger when we think together. Join the Crypto Palace family today. Because early conversations often become late-stage headlines.